I'm starting it.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the live stream.
To the state of fuckery, I guess, is what you could call it.
Yes, it is a state of fuckery, and we'll
don't
see how many
s-
people show up and do whatever.
Yeah, I don't see
It's
it
a
working.
Thursday,
There we go.
so hopefully
there's
some
a
people
delay.
start showing up.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a delay.
Yeah, there's a fucking delay, but it's going.
I'll tell you. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to put this up there that I don't know who's paying attention yet, but we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we are. There's nobody fucking watching yet, but who knows?
Yeah, but we'll just
From a dark basement in a ghostly haunted dwelling somewhere in a black swamp of
I don't know, Ohio?
Of Northwest Ohio. I forgot where the fuck I was at.
Seriously. We can start playing with sounds.
Fatality.
This
is a state of fuckery.
Yeah, it is a state of fuckery. I actually invited Al, the big Ragu Santariga.
Yeah,
but I guess
tagged people.
He's not going to be probably doing anything right now.
That's fine.
So I'm checking on all that Facebook stuff and see if anybody would show up or whatever. I'm hoping that it comes up as I'm live. It would be nice. You know, Facebook is not reliable.
No, it's not.
No, it is not reliable, but it is live. I'm seeing it right there. Boom. We're there. And hopefully we'll get some people to come in.
Well, it's not live.
Well, yeah, I see it going live, and then I'll share it with you.
On mine, it's not.
Share.
I bet you they want you to click on that some bitch. Oh, it's still not fucking working, dude.
What on your Facebook?
Yeah.
It's there. It's posted to my Facebook. I can't post it to your Facebook, but I just sent you I tagged you in it, so there should be on your page.
I shared it.
You know what? We'll just wait and hang out because we have some time anyhow.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking crazy shit going on. A lot of crazy. What's up? Up.
Hey guys. Now we got some people here.
Craig in the motherfucking house. Hopefully you had good VD yesterday.
Oh shoot, I don't do VD. I can't stand VD. The fucking shots kill me.
Valentine's Day, little fat fucker.
Yeah. All right.
This is why you shouldn't give bow and arrows to fucking babies. Right there. Yeah, it is live. I am doing live. I'm doing with Paul here, and the name of the show is The State of Phuckery. I'll create a banner for you, just so you know.
Yeah, well, whatever. Okay, Craig Ainsley's there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, good. We got somebody fucking watching it there.
I'm adding it right now. I'm showing The State of Phuckery.
All righty. So anyway,
we have Craig here, and that's good.
We're just waiting for people to show up. But you know what?
Craig's favorite thing in the last 2 weeks is him screaming hypothetically when the guest they had on at the end. His final submission was to put to your head and pull the trigger. But before that, he was dropping some good shit.
TikTok, I appealed it, but I came out and I put it on my page. Nobody has seen it. Nobody has commented on it because I know they buried that motherfucking video.
Right.
But I put out there that our trans first lady of a former president will become run for office and become president in November.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that. Like right now, there's always been talk that they were going to take the current president and have him remove him from the race, probably say a medical issue or whatever, which would allow them to push people forward.
Well,
Is
yeah.
vice president, but
The-
she's about as competent as a crack whore.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, they went after Biden, then they stopped going after Biden, and it's on Trump again. But they did come out and say that he is being look. They're trying to impeach him, Biden, and
Biden,
and yeah,
Mr. Sniffer?
they're trying to impeach Biden now, and
Right.
so anyway, I said that shit on TikTok, and they immediately took it down. They gave me a fucking strike, and it's like, dude, I got 300 followers on TikTok. I do not fucking care.
Right.
Okay, I don't care.
Yeah, it's for some reason for an app that is controlled, anything that comes from China, controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. 100%. Every company, every item, it's all controlled by them. For them to censor this, I mean, they're basically using this as a mining tool for information, the CCP. It happens to be a pretty damn good tool to get real information. There's a lot of really, really accurate, truthful things that you're on there. And it's the only forum right now, with the exception of Telegram, to, get this stuff done. So why they would give you a harassment for that, I don't know. Maybe they're just like
they came out and said, I'm trying to misdirect the election or something like that is what they
election
said.
interference.
And it's like, okay, how can I do electional interference when he is still running and she is not? She's not running, so how am I?
Hello, Mr. Metaphorically,
doing interference and whatever. But anyway, people are out there watching now.
Well, I mean,
over here,
who?
You,
me? What did I do?
You are an author. He's the one who did my original book covers.
Okay.
All right. And
yes, I did. I think they're better, but
I want to start this, a little bit more about the books.
Okay, but
I don't think I've ever seen that fucking copy of your book or books.
My books?
Yeah, your books.
I have some stuff coming up. I've written. I'm working with something with Ron Murphy, where it's going to be an interesting book with UFO. It's dealing with the UFO, the Nephilim, angels, and giants, and then different areas. Well, structures on the around the world. I'm not going to give too much of it away. We're working on it. I do have a book coming out dealing with paranormal stuff, how to do paranormal and that type of thing. And then I'm working on a Bigfoot, been writing it for a bit, here and there. I'm probably going to get shit hammered by people because I'm going to propose some things and people are just going to go ballistic. I mean, absolutely ballistic, but it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, I don't care. But one thing with that whole thing. So I told you about Craig and the metaphorically. Craig, you need to download that video off the yard. Just send me a copy of it because I want to get your soundbite of metaphorically, so I can put it into the machine. So it can be one of these buttons where you get a.
Sure, you make it on TV and you forget about your friends. Kiss me out.
That's Al. I
know it's Al.
Yeah,
I'm calling bullshit.
So even without the big ragu here, physically, I've invited him, but I don't think he's been posting more shit than I have and than you have regarding what's going on in the world.
Has he? Play my Dead in 5 clip.
You want my Dead in 5? I thought.
Play my Dead in 5 clip, man.
Hold on,
so these people can hear how I used to open my fucking show.
I'm trying to find it. I had it here someplace. I'll find it and I'll play it for you. Actually, it's your ringer, so I can do it. I can do it differently. Let me connect to this thing and I'll play it differently on this lovely thing. This unit. So, but yeah, I used Dead in 5. That's how we used to open the show. So I'm gonna go to your. He just called me. I'll go to your phone call, and this is how his ringer is. Let's see if it plays it. I had to speed it up
Sounds
a little
like
bit.
shit, man.
Laboratory of snow from the decomposing bodies of tweakers and crackheads that
It's
were
not coming out.
used during the experimentation for alien research. In an old, ghostly, haunted, abandoned dwelling with ghosts of all ages.
Whatever.
Somewhere in the alien-infested
We'll stop.
swamp northwest.
I'm stopping right now.
Yeah, I heard some of that.
Yeah, for
But
some
it-
reason my
yeah.
board got a little bit funky. It normally should come through the speakers of this thing, and it's not.
That's
doing
all
it.
right. So let's move on. So
Yes,
I
sir,
mean,
yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm gonna lower that.
anyway,
Who just came down? I can do that. Thank you. Can you please send me that soundbite? Because I almost pissed myself in the car when that happened. It was good. Yeah, it was a good interview
There's-
up until that point.
there's this guy named Sam Rosenthal,
Right.
and he does all kinds of shit up there in Canada and Ontario. He's a real professional, and he's the one doing my books.
Oh,
You know, Immortals Among Us, and he's already got Twisted Life done, and that is in review. They say 10 days for a review. Well, that was 5 days ago, so another 5 days I should have that book out, and I should have the second book to Immortals out here in whenever DJ finishes making the covers and doing all the work that our wonderful publisher goddess DJ Cooper is
DJ Cooper.
doing, and then I've got my haunted book, you know, with the little short haunted ghost story stuff that's going to be coming out, and I don't know about that, but when it's coming out. But
and you're as
there you go. I mean, and all my ebooks that are out currently, you can now get them all over the place, not just
So-
Amazon.
Twisted Life. I'm looking for it right now, just so we can get it and throw it up. And Yep.
Right
I
here.
don't find you. I mean, I'm looking for you on. Where are you? There you go. I'm looking
Yeah.
for it on Amazon. See if it's
I
up
know where
there.
you get.
But
Oh, it's up there. It's
I'm
up there
trying
on
to find it.
Amazon.
I'm trying to find it, but I mean, I can't find. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna share it with everybody.
Ah, okay.
They're
Well,
thrilled to see it. I'm joking.
But- he does this. He does the
saying.
narration to this. Awesome. I've already got the video clip for promo. I'm using chapter 6. It's chapter 6 ended up
Chapter
being
6?
like 2.5 minutes long in Twisted Life. So I'm
Right.
using that with the promo, you know, for wherever. And
I mean, come on, you can't beat this. You know, it was listed at $9.99, but you can get it for $3. I'll tell you, I've been happy to be able to read these stories, especially when I was formatting for them and putting the books together. They're really good stories, and you'll be very surprised how it runs with a lot of stuff in current events. Am I right?
that was Immortals that you showed.
Yeah, but and
There
still,
you go.
yeah, Twisted Life.
Well, it kind of goes. It kind of does that. But you know, you got to keep in mind there was, you know, I've told you we've had in-depth conversations about that book.
Right.
And how I left out so much stuff in there, and I had to change things around. And the river song that is in Immortal Apocalypse is not the river song that is in this book.
Right.
You know, the river song that's in this book was this gothic chick I knew from Rocky Horror who was, she could do the same shit I did, but I let her go along with me, and we did some stuff.
Hey,
But
Chris.
half the stuff in Twisted Life was not this chick named Colleen. It was River Song. But this book says that it was all one person. And I had to get that clear because I got yelled at today. It's been a very bad day. I got yelled at because River finally read it and she
Wasn't happy.
she was not fucking happy.
Well,
And
you know what?
and I cut so much of it out. I mean, oh
Well, you know, I mean, like, think about it, right? So we'll unshare that for right now. You know, when you write about people and you write about what's going on in the world and stuff, at one point in your life, you may be like, yeah, go ahead, include it. And then something else comes on and you get a little bit of a different life, and you're like, oh, don't talk about that right now. You know, I don't want that out there. So it's unfortunate, but it's great. They're great books. I mean, great books. So that man right there, over there, he started with doing all this crap before everybody else was doing it.
yeah,
The radio
and
station.
I was thinking about that today, and you know, because somebody fucking tried to call bullshit on me. All right, and it's like, okay, well, the original software me and my buddies developed, and that was what became Shoutcast software. But the very first Shoutcast software you put on your computer, because we developed it, and it worked from your computer, and it pushed the music out. And as you connected to that link, then it was a push shove type of thing, and everything came off of your system. And the problem with at the time is that you're running 486s. And if you had 10 people sponging off of your system, that was a problem.
Yeah, there was a big problem.
That was a big problem. Now there was a couple other things. There was a Media Player put out this other thing that was supposed to you could even use video with it, but you couldn't use the computers of the day with the software. In fact, the software would probably still bog the fucking computer I have now down. And then you had Real Player, and Art Bell used Real Player, and it had Real Producer, and that that worked fairly well. But and then there was a couple others that came and gone, but the Shoutcast is what kept going and growing and growing, and you used Winamp with Shoutcast.
Oh my God,
there was a plugin for Winamp that we made that allowed Winamp to be able to go through the songs in whatever order you wanted,
like a carousel,
order that you wanted to play it in. You could either run it through Winamp as a playlist, or you could do a whole live thing. Yep. And that was like the second generation of the software. And then things happened in my life and things happened in my friend's life, and I lost touch with them. And I've never heard from anybody. Most of them are not, but most of them had the brains to go into other stuff.
Smart.
And you know, because back then it was like computers were new, and computers were something to actually play with, and it was a way not to have to deal with life just like now. But you know, it was always, we're going to do this and we're going to improve the internet, and we're, you know, there was a real thing behind it instead of the way things are done now without cutting anybody down.
Yeah, you know,
and it's like, and that goes and coincides with, it doesn't make me special. It just says I did something. And it's like, you know, back in the day in 98, when I started Immortals, I wanted to do something original. Well, it's so what? It's not original now.
Yeah.
It's far from original nowadays. You know, it's just the people I know at the moment are all into horror and zombies and things like that, which is cool. There's no issue. I don't have an issue with it.
Right.
It's just that's not what I'm doing, at least at the moment. But in book 3 of Immortals, when I'm putting the world back together, I figured out how to put zombies in my book using a necromancer.
Nice.
Using a necromancer, I can get zombies to come alive in my book.
Yeah.
but I don't know how much of a part that's going to play in the books. I mean, because
Look, I mean, I've been talking to you about it. So I love, first of all, his information and stories are really well, they're great. They're well crafted. It's not your traditional writing. If you're looking for grammar, and it's more as if you're shooting the shit with people or sitting around a fire, type of telling, like almost like you're participating in the events.
oh, that's
So
real evident when you listen to
yeah,
Sam narrate.
yeah, and
He does an awesome job at bringing my book
so that's
into
going to be wait, just to make sure Sam is out of Ontario,
Sam
Canada.
Sam
There you
Rosenthal.
go.
He's out of it, Ontario,
Sure.
Canada.
We'll,
When the
we'll-
book comes out, the links to his work and stuff like that will be all, I'll be sharing all that, and it's fucking cool. So,
yeah, it is cool when when you get,
it is to listen to somebody else read your work when it's like it's something that you dreamed of fucking doing, and then whether anybody else listens to it at that point or not, it's like, wow, I got my stuff in this,
I mean, it's a cool experience, I mean, to have, first of all, it's a cool experience to write something. Second cool experience is to actually physically publish in a book, because it's only recently that the general public can do that. And now that you have it being read and to hear your words, I mean, with the exception of, when you wrote the Penthouse Forum, it's just fully joking. But so but it's no, yeah, there it is. See, it's gonna start. Oh, by the way, this show is not PG. It's PG-13, and
is this loud enough for you?
there you go. So,
All
but,
right.
I know what you're saying, because I've been in a couple of these bands growing up, and all the songs, we would sing the songs going up there. I was nervous getting on stage initially. I drink a fifth of tequila before going on to feel, like, get rid of that. And there was one night we didn't have tequila. I went on, and when you have the audience that's there in a club and they're singing your own song back to you, I didn't need any drugs for a long while after that. That is the most incredible thing I've ever heard or seen or experienced.
Well, it is, because when I
Just
started
incredible.
Immortals, I didn't know anybody. I was writing to write, and I had it in my head that I was going to write this book, and I was going to go get it published, and then I was going to go to Rocky Horror one night, and I was going to give everybody in the fucking movie theater a book.
There you go.
That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, I could have afforded it back then. I could have afforded it, but no, you can't do that. I mean, shit.
Yeah. And Immortals has been, out there. It's kind of like you had this thing going for a while, and I think you put something up on Amazon, but you just didn't like it. It wasn't what you wanted, and you wanted to rework it. And then I think you were starting, at one point, if you published to Amazon, you couldn't delete it. For some reason, they'd give you a hard time to delete it or whatever. So in order to someone not buy that product, and they can do it now, you have something you want to, sell up there, but you don't.
The Create Space made me put with the book with the original title that this had.
Right.
Put it on. Create Space made me. Well, you just have to make it so expensive that nobody will buy it. So that's why the book is up there, which I really don't suggest anybody fucking buy it for it. But it costs $999 or something, and that's because they would not delete it. They would not. My wife went through and edited every single thing. She was an English major.
Right.
And she edited that book fantastically. I lost that copy when my computer crashed. So I didn't get to use it. And Wendy went through, my editor now, and she did the bomb ass work that she did. But Create Space would not update the file. I uploaded it. I don't know how many times. They just made me kept buying books. I bought like 10 fucking books. after, to get your author copy to make sure everything was the way it was, the way
Right.
it should be. And nothing had been changed every single time. And I can't tell you how many hours of tech support I was on with these people on the phone. And so finally I just said, fuck it. And, 2019 came around, wasn't it? Still not
Something like
2019.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's still 2019. And so I edited all this the best I could. And then I had Brian edited it, and then Kat edited it, and so on. And
Yeah.
it went up there, and it was like, okay, it's up there. Nobody wants it. That's fine. Fuck it. I don't care. And then
It happens all the time. But all you got to do is hit on one book. So your writing has gotten dramatically better. And it really is a compliment. Really, really a lot better. And it's still exciting. I got a precursor of something, and I know he changed a bit of it. What's up, Len? And I mean, it was a good story. It was really, really good. I wanted more. And there's some cool cast of characters that show up. It's, if you understand what's going on, with the potential reptilians and the Anunnaki and this, cosmic war that's taking place off planet and on planet. This is your book. This is, you really should pick it up. I don't know what they're going to be publishing that soon, though, right?
Oh yeah, that will be published soon, dude. That will be published soon. So anyway,
there you go.
I don't know, we can dig this to death in here. Hey, hello guys.
Hey,
we can keep slapping this with a dead horse if you want to. I mean,
no. I'm just
we can move on and talk about what we were going to talk about.
Perfect lead into, as we label this show, the State of Phuckery. And there's a lot of it going on globally, and a lot of it. We're going to get in a lot of trouble. I'm probably going to lose total access to Facebook, and YouTube.
Well,
good luck, Craig.
To the point.
Good luck, Craig.
No.
Craig goes in there like there were 3 beards until one.
I'm still in my phase where I don't even realize that I piss people off, and I piss them off, and they're good enough people that they don't say anything, but I piss people off. And why I piss them off, I don't have any idea. But you know what? At the same time, that's the way I've been for
most of your life,
forever.
Right? Well, I mean, like way back in the day when I was on the show, whatever, I'd come on and nothing really big was happening. So I talked for like 40 minutes, and you were like, that's all you got for me? Like, what else do you want from me? I'm going to sacrifice a virgin on there? I mean, like, what the hell?
I forgot about that.
Look, you can't piss off people without their consent. Yes, you can, actually.
Yeah, I'm famous. I'm famous for pissing people off, and it's like I don't know what it is anymore. The fact that you're not allowed to call bullshit on bullshit anymore. You're not allowed to say your piece, or if you have a problem, you're not supposed to call them on it. I don't know what the hell's going on. But, it's just, okay, well, we're just not going to talk to you anymore. And it's like, okay, well, that's just fine. We're not going to talk to you anymore. I mean,
don't talk to me.
Somebody
would you?
Whatever.
As Greg says, don't threaten me with a good time.
I do my very damnedest to treat people good that I need to treat well. And and I'm not even referring to my author friends. I'm referring to all those other people. My author buddies out there are busy, running around like a chicken with their head cut off, and they don't have time for anything. They get all involved in all this stuff, and they don't have any time to do anything. And my publisher, I don't know how the hell she does it. She's just running all over the place and doing 50 million things at once every day. And it's like, I couldn't do that. And, So whatever.
You should interview Paul then. If you get him on your show.
Yeah. You
No,
guys
seriously.
don't have a fucking clue yet, do you? No. Anyway, so
well, he revealed a lot on the Three Beards, which is every Wednesday from 8 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. or more. See, I threw that in there, Craig, right there.
Well, it's your show. You do what
but I'm and not to promote you, and I'm not beating a dead horse, but his show, Swamp Gas, this man introduced a large portion of the people that everybody wants to get on their show to the circuit. And some of these guys are like really, really good. Like Paul Sinclair, for an example. I think that guy is one hell of a researcher out of the UK. He's probably one of the best in my top 5. And you know, it's just great. He doesn't get the recognition. Couple.
Hey, somebody from Book Asylum. Is that Jen out
There?
Who's out there?
Yep.
Who is that? Is that Jen?
Dungeon Dan.
Oh, Dungeon Dan.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Dungeon
cool.
Dan.
Cool, dude.
Dungeon Dan. Oh, and we're going.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, Lynn. Katie, Greg, Chris, Dungeon Dan. Metaphorically, I keep saying this. Shane Michael, Chris, 3 names, buddy. Most of those people are serial killers. I'm just going to throw it out there, or assassins. It changed great.
I was thinking about writing a book today about a child serial killer at the stage where they started killing animals. I don't know why the fuck that came into my head, but I was.
You can start writing that, but you
know, no, dude. You know me well enough to know I cannot go down that dark road because I just can't. And as much as I'd probably be very good at writing that way. Hey, how you doing there, Miss Trudeau?
You know,
thanks for showing up.
It's the weird thing. I was talking. I had my old boss when I worked for Donaldson Lufkin and Jeanette, really smart lady, and we both had this like respect in a way, not for the killing, but we were intrigued by serial killers because the intelligence of these people was just amazing. How they went about their business, did what they did, not the acts, because that is just like pure insanity. But we have serial killers in the world today, right now. One of them's in Israel, and he's
well, you know, the serial killer. I mean, and I thought, you know, you read it. I let you read the book, you know.
Yep.
When I drop people inside shipping containers from the edge of the atmosphere and burn them up, I thought I was being really fucking out there and bold and
right.
and kind of disturbed. And then I found out what splatterpunk was.
Oh,
and splatterpunk, dude, this doesn't even come close to anything splatterpunk is. And it's like, really? I'm still writing
splatterpunk. I got to switch to another vehicle to comment on my own show because StreamYard didn't pay the Facebook gerbil to do stuff. So you can't comment anymore from StreamYard. If you're, I don't even think you can comment if you're broadcasting on Facebook anymore. I got to figure that out. I haven't done it in a while.
Okay.
But
so anyway,
I mean, serial killers are a tough subject, and that's a lot of negativity to be putting out on paper.
Well, we can get negative if you want to get negative.
Well, let's go get negative. Has anybody seen the Schumann resonance and all that other stuff today? Off the freaking chart. I actually posted it on what the hell is this thing called? Facebook, whatever you want to call it. it's just blowing up. I'm trying to find the graphic that I had that I created. I have so much stuff here for my kids' work that I was doing, and it's insane what's happening in relationship to it. It's off the chart. I'll try to find it. And maybe
Well,
we'll get Al to come in. Yes, sir.
well, yeah, if Al wants to fucking join it, just fine with me. You know, I love Al. You know, but we can.
Well,
It's hard to keep your keel going when you're being lied to constantly by the media, and you're being lied to by the government, and you're being lied to by people who just want to get views. And you know, you get all excited when you see that there's 200,000 people last week at the border, truckers, bikers, and the wall is being put back up with razor wire, and it's all been shut down. And you get really excited about it. And then it comes out that 2-3 miles in each direction of the main border, you can
right.
just walk right around the fucking wall because there's nothing there and nobody's guarding it. So it was nothing but a joke. It was nothing but a distraction. You know, Arizona was supposed to be following suit with Texas,
Right.
but you know, you've got that whole New Mexico in between there, and they ain't doing shit. California ain't doing shit. You've got a president that's suffering from Alzheimer's that the media is now going after, and but are they really going after him?
Hey,
Or do
Jennifer.
they just want to
Welcome.
appear that they're going after him? You know,
So-
and if you say anything at all about any of it, you're a fucking racist.
Right. Well, you are. You're a racist. I'm not a racist.
I'm not either. I hate everybody
alienist.
equally.
I hate you all equally, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee. Here's something that's interesting. People should look up IMO. Just do a search on IMO, and you'll know why we're having a problem at the border. But I'll tell you what it is: International Migration Organization. It's a UN-based group.
Yeah.
And guess who's paying for it? We're the largest supporter of the United Nations. We are literally paying for our country to be invaded by
We are. We got
migrants.
what is it? 10,000 people are starting to come across, or 5,000. Which one? Which number is it? It's probably closer to 10,000 people every day coming across the border, somewhere between California and Texas. And there's government people, you know, be it Border Patrol or whoever, standing there and handing these people gift cards
Right.
that are worth up to $9,000. And they give them luxury hotel suites to live in, and they bus them whatever city they want to go to. What the fuck are they doing for us, the citizens? You know, they're giving the Ukraine $150 billion or whatever the fucking number is.
Yep.
That amount of money would take care of our hospital, our health care, our homeless problem, and our vets' health care and homelessness problem, all in one shot with all that fucking money. But they're going to give it to Ukraine and fuck us.
Right. Well, you know, it's purposely being done, and I'm not opposed. I come from immigrants, so I think most people have some kind of connection to in North America to Europe or to Europe, because Spain's part of that. And yes, you can thumb up and subscribe. I don't do much on this channel that much, but would appreciate the support. But they're doing this purposely to destabilize the nations. And what's happening is they go in, you know, I was thinking the same thing when you want to go back. I was going to go down to Mexico, walk through the border, tell them my name is Juan Gonzalez and my number is 1-2-3-4-5-6-7-8-9. And I'd get $1,400 a week cash, free room and board, cell phone, per diem, you name it, and free healthcare, whatever. Why not? There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And it's not only happening here. We do have some Canadians in the room. It's not as big in Canada just yet, but they're moving them up into Canada. Canada is, if I'm correct, is the country that has the largest immigrant population coming in on a daily basis, but we can find out from someone who's in the chat. And it's destabilizing countries financially. The people involved in it, and I'm going to say it, the people involved in it I would be very suspect of them and their motives, and they are no longer, thinking about the country or what their job was. You're in the U.S. when you do your job, when you're elected, you're doing it to support the people, the citizenry, and they're not doing it. If you try to go into another country,
when you look at what happened in New York City and the 10 people that beat the shit out of the 2 cops,
yep,
and they let the people go out with no bail, they just let them go, and then they were rearrested a few different times, and the latest one was yesterday. One of them was arrested for beating up a security officer and some other bullshit. I don't remember, but they're because they're not, a United States citizen, they can do what they want and they get to walk free. And the only reason they even get stopped is because of public outcry.
Yeah. Look, it's really interesting. We're gonna get a bad area here, but it was really nice seeing everybody. It was really, those who have my number, call me, because I'll probably be kicked off everything. So the problem is, in the last couple of years, the people coming into this country, the United States, are military age men.
Yep.
Is aged anywhere from 16, 17 to 35.
Yep.
And they're coming in not only from
they're coming from all over the fucking globe.
They're coming in from China and from all over the parts of the Middle East and North Korea and some other areas. And one of the gentlemen that they just caught, he is a known, what would be considered, he's been arrested for, he's an Arab gentleman that's been arrested for what they would call terrorism or whatever it is several times. He is the leader of a couple of different groups. You don't want him in your country because, especially not known. And I wish I had the video. I don't want to get too much in trouble, but you don't want him in the country. But we have people like this all the time, and they have people that are coming in with information saying, I was told to go here. I was told that I would get a job here. And it's all UN based. And they're paying them to do this.
And they give them damn gift cards when they cross the border. They give them their cell phones just before they cross the border. I mean, it's disgusting.
It really is a bad situation.
Well, you are paying your taxes and doing everything you were supposed to do, right? And then this year you hear several people say, I'm not getting anything back. I owe money. They're screwing us.
I know. And it's tough for everybody. I mean, I don't I used to be in economics and finance, and I can tell you we're not good. Globally, we're not good. There's destabilization. They're trying to get rid of the dollar. I think Egypt today just went to BRICS. Egypt said to the U.S., we're going to BRICS because they're trying to refinance their debt and, make their lives better and move into a different, way of life. And they're going to get a better deal with the BRICS nations than they would from the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund. I worked for them for a little bit. They suck. The UN sucks. It's corrupt. It's disgusting. They are evil. 100%. And yep. And they're trying to, what they're trying to do in this country is they ask them who you're voting for. And they were like, I'm voting for Biden, like whatever, in the language. And like they're messing around with election interference. You mentioned it and they said election interference on your TikTok.
Yeah.
And people weren't here for that.
People
posted the TikTok thing.
I posted it. Go back on my timeline and go see what I fucking said. On TikTok, they removed it immediately. As soon as it went up there, they said it was electoral interference. And our little Miss transgender, what do you want to call her? First lady, from a president that, well, she is going to run. Joe's going to drop out. She's going to run. And I said that. And they said, nope, that's electoral interference. And we give you a strike and take the video down. And
well, I mean,
that let me know immediately. There's something up with it. Because if I was just talking shit, yeah.
You are correct, Jennifer. Mike.
Yes, Jen.
Mike.
Jen right there, Brian. Jen.
Yes.
She's the one that got me my publisher. She's my buddy. Oh. She's from Toledo. Now she's in Arizona.
Cool. You got out of Toledo. Ohio is the strangest freaking state in the union. I'm just going to throw it out there. More like paranormal investigations or investigator per capita. Oh, you want one of those? There you go.
Okay.
More paranormal investigators per capita than any other state. And a lot of the people, and I have Ohio roots with my grandfather, but weird people like this guy right here, that guy right there. He's wearing his hat. Yeah, you shall not pass. But I thank you for getting the publisher. It was, fun putting his book together, and Arizona's going to be great.
Well, what you did, Brian, is make it legible so Wendy could actually edit it.
There you go.
The train wreck that it was.
Careful, I got pulled for mentioning hamburger because people centering the India were cows and scared. Well, but thank you. Come again. Okay, I'm going to get in trouble. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. You need a new editor? There you go. We're making a love connection here. That's a train, by the way, in his background. He has a train in his backyard.
Well, yeah. It's probably 300 yards away or more.
That sucker's loud.
It is. Well, just
like
wait.
In
the summertime, I play this. Yeah, there you go. Right on, Jen. In the summertime, the windows are open and you can hear the train nice and loud, and you can hear crickets, and you can hear the aliens and all kinds of other stuff running around back there at the same time I'm on the air.
Exactly. But and he
little people.
I don't know if you're gonna get mad at me saying it, but I'm gonna say it anyhow. So he would post videos or pictures of the fire. He has a fire pit. He goes to the fire pit a lot. I wanted a fire pit, but mine just didn't work out very well, and I almost burnt down the house. Oh, Leah, wait, Bernetta, there you go. Here we go. Here's the question. Hold on. But he had elementals in his, or whatever
Shut up.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be quiet. So the question here is my question. If the powers, he can do things under the radar, why allow people to be caught at the border? Maybe that in itself is a distraction. It is part of a distraction, I would say.
It is. They want to,
divide and conquer.
Let's put it this way. By 2036, this will be a communist country. By 2036, there will be a digital currency. I know by 2036, there will be a digital currency. I don't know if it's going to be 2030. They were talking about how it was going to be this year, but you know how people blow shit out of proportion and they don't talk about everything that they are supposed to know about the right way. things are going to change, and these kids that think that that get all butt hurt over everything now, as soon as things turn communist, oh
Right.
man, none of that's going to fly. It doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on. After we turn communist, dude, it's all over for everybody.
You
I
talking
won't
about
be able to.
it's gonna-
My
know,
books will be banned.
you'll book? Well, yeah, of course, because in there is a lot of stuff that's important. You know, there's a ton of stuff in there that's important. And it goes, yeah, it would be inciting a riot to fight against what's going on. But yeah, they're trying to distract us. But there's a lot of things, you know, with Kennedy talking about deep state, they got rid of him. Eisenhower talking about deep state, they got rid of him. Reagan even talked about the deep
When
state.
Reagan, a week before he was shot, he got on national television and said something about the income tax and how him and his wife were going to do something about it. And not a week later, he was shot. But you won't find that clip anywhere on fucking Line or anywhere. They took that out. Man.
Well, I mean, and you got to understand how this deep state they're talking about works. The deep state is in every organization in every country that deals with, you know, like 3-lettered agencies. So you'd have the, you know, KGB, CCP, all this. They're all part of the same network. It's the same, literally the same people all networking, and that whole thing is the problem. And they're infiltrating, and it goes into the Mossad and everywhere. And these people are the ones that are waging war. Yes, I have met him. His name is Mr. Fuck You. And I'm not kidding when I said that, Lynn. You know, I can't comment on this without going to another thing, but I posted Mr. FU. And so they're involved in this. They're currently doing it. They want a third world they want a world conflict. They want, again, Iran involved in the Middle East. They wanted, you know, genocide people in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. It is insane. But if everybody's been paying attention, people are protesting now. And it's not just Muslims protesting about what's going on. It's Muslims, Jews, Christians, Buddhists, atheists, everybody. We're waking up.
Have you seen the protests in France with the
Yes.
farmers spraying their fertilizer, their cow fertilizer all over the government buildings?
Well, it is a metaphor. Yeah, it's a metaphor for, you know, what the hell's going on, you know, and you have to, people are waking up. It was the farmers. Now it's the French taxis, drivers. I mean, I saw an interesting video. I shared it with somebody in here. I wish I have it, but I don't want to play it. It's from the Future Forecasters, and they do remote viewing, and they did this video in, I think it was 2022, and they viewed Europe in 2024, and they talked about a nuclear explosion, radiation, a few other things taking place, people protesting, people angry, the military involved, everything that's going on right now. They saw it in 2022. That's why when I do my remote views, I saw some stuff that you know, end of the world type of stuff. You can do certain things where you can see things, you know. So get involved.
My friend Jen already knows that. I don't need to go into that. I mean, well, she doesn't know all of it, but you know.
Well, Cat Ward's here.
Is she good? Hey, Cat.
You know, I found out that Cat Ward drinks heavily and is a dominatrix.
I don't believe you.
She's gonna throw it up. No, I'm joking.
I do not.
Cat's gonna kill me.
I do not. Yeah, she's gonna kick your ass. I don't believe that for a heartbeat. You know.
Yes. This is from Lynn. She has an elemental on her property in Louisiana, and he won't give them their name. He just says, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. So she calls him fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
So you have an elemental in
Yeah.
on your land. Well, awesome.
Started bartering with him a little bit for cookies and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and then he kind of got nasty, and so now it's time to get rid of him.
That doesn't sound like you don't get rid of an elemental. Number
Well,
one,
you annoy the shit out of him.
and
You back away from
number two, what you just said didn't sound like an elemental.
with the fuck you part of the cookie thing. The way I see him, he looks like a deformed leprechaun. And he's been on that land for long time. He captures people on the property. What's the acronym for the deep state? Oh, poop. He takes souls that pass by and he holds them hostage and he uses their energy. I mean, he's a bad fucking pain in the ass. It's really crazy. Yeah. So anybody, I'm on Facebook, I think.
Yeah,
So
you're on Facebook. What is the name? You've got some stuff published, by the way, Brian, and these people don't know what that is. So tell them the name of your book.
Oh geez Louise, I had a copy of it here someplace. Words and Muses right now is just lyrical life to poetry. I think you can get it for like 50 cents and maybe like a Snickers.
Yeah, I spent 4 hours on the phone with my kid, with Angela, my daughter.
Right.
4 hours after, because I hadn't talked to her since a month before my heart attack. Finally got to spend 4 hours on the phone with her, and she's this, that, and the other thing. And,
right.
I told DJ that, she's a poet and that she wants to get a hold of her. She's not talking to me again for some reason. So I don't know what the hell's going on. She doesn't reply to me. So Angela, bite me. And
dad of the year. Make sure you get those cards out for him.
Dad of the year. I'm an asshole.
It's tough. Actually, Katie saw I always say it the wrong way, baggart, right? A baggart?
Bogart.
Well, you say what you say. Yeah. Well, Canada will say baggart.
I saw a Bogart.
Or a baggart.
A Bogart. What the hell is a Bogart?
It's like what I described. It's like a deformed leprechaun, or it's similar, and it's out of Ireland, the British Isles, or whatever. They're not nice, I'll tell you that. Yeah, and that's how I kind of described them. The banker on Harry Potter.
My dog being sprayed by a fucking skunk last night wasn't nice.
So this man's birthday was yesterday.
Was it? No, it wasn't. This is Thursday. It was Tuesday.
Oh, okay, Tuesday. And then the other day he gets sprayed by, he goes, my fucking dog got sprayed by a skunk. So what did I do? I commented, happy birthday. Not happy. Yes. Ooh, there's an object in your thing. Object assisted. Yes. Yeah, that was an interesting thing. And he's a fucking asshole. That whatever he is, he's still probably there. Yeah, an FBI agent did just get arrested for telling on Sleepy Joe and Hunter.
Well, they're always going to find a scapegoat.
Right.
They'll always, and it doesn't matter whether the person, the reason, well, I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to put it without getting into trouble.
Yeah, be very careful. I really don't want to have the feds or
the whole thing. Okay, this goes to Jeffrey Epstein. The whole thing with that is that they have to use people like Jeffrey Epstein to get stuff on you, so that when you learn of things going on and you're tired of the shit, they've got something on you.
Of course,
that's the way Hollywood always worked. In Hollywood, it was the running joke. You had to have sex with the producer of the movie, or you weren't going to be in the movie. I mean, and that's just, I don't know what the hell happened. And, you know,
right.
blah, 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 blah. I can't even talk right now.
So, so Katie asks, so what is going to have to happen in order for the world to shift into a good vibration? Again, it seems we're on a bad timeline right now. I asked this man yesterday because there was a discussion. I was talking to Katie, and and I've been saying this for a while. It feels like there's like someone's messing around with timelines, and 1 minute,
yeah, you said
really
that on
good,
the phone yesterday.
1 minute it's really bad, then it's good. I mean, like, but it's like worse now. It's really quick. Like someone does something and then they go back and then they done, you know. So that's a good question. I don't know what has to happen. Do you have any answers for that? What do you think has to happen?
I don't know what has to happen for that, because it other than worry about yourself, worry about, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Okay. You worry about keeping your people and your space all in the same place. And that way you don't jump all over the place like sometimes people seem to be doing lately. I find that it's been happening to me. Simply, I'll leave the house one day, go get gas, and things are one way. Later on in the day, it's like, this isn't right.
Right.
You know, I mean, I know that's
something.
what you're going through, but you have to focus on the present. Basically, you have to focus on the present, I guess, is the way. This wasn't a time to be chatting like this, so my mind is like, oh wait,
Yeah, no, but
now I have to go here.
So no, I
I'm too
totally
old.
understand what you're saying. Because Paul used to talk about the moment. There's this something called the moment where stuff just happens. And it could be a split second, it could last longer. But you have to focus and keep yourself in a specific moment and that positive vibration. Am I right? Or
no, that's not the moment has nothing to do with this.
No.
The moment is the space between spaces.
Well,
and if you don't understand what that is, then at
a different time.
All right, you've got okay, let's say you got 3 timelines.
Right.
And all right, you got 1, 2, and then you got another one over here. All right. And those 3 timelines are going to intermingle because it's a wavelength. It's nothing is solid. It's a wavelength, and it's going to intermingle. What you want to do is that if this is your timeline, you want to be able to stay in this timeline and not accidentally fall into the other one.
So do you ground yourself to this timeline?
You need to ground basically, that's a way you could put it, is you want to ground yourself to this timeline. This is why in mythology, when Persephone went to the underworld and Hades tricked Persephone into eating the seeds. I can't remember the fucking pomegranate seeds.
Right.
Okay. When he did that and she ate those seeds, then she became part of Hades. Hades being the place, not the guy I'm talking about.
Right.
Do you understand where I'm going with that?
I mean, I have an idea what you're.
But because she is then part, because she ate the pomegranate seeds, she is then part of Hades. But she's not totally part of Hades because she's still part of the overworld too. That's why she can go above for 6 months and then she goes below for 6 months. She's able to do that because she's part of both worlds. You want to focus yourself on staying in one world.
One world, one timeline,
one timeline, whatever. This is, I don't know how to say this in 2 minutes.
No, and I think you went pretty good, and we'll go. But I'm gonna answer. Unfortunately, we as human beings have to finally stand up and not submit to the slave masters and the people manipulating us. And there's a lot more of us than there is of them. And I think all trust has to go out the window. And I think what you're going to see, I just saw something very interesting about a near-death experience with this woman, and she saw the future. They brought her to a room. These orbs come in, they open up, and you literally see a movie take place. And what a lot of what she's describing is what's currently going on right now in the Middle East, about children dying, lots of kids dying, people being murdered and killed. But she also said there's going to be civil wars all over the place.
Well, there
And
is. They want to
going-
depopulate the planet, and how
Well,
else are
yeah.
they going to do that?
But 100%. But the thing is, what I'm going to say is we have to unite together. And I'm going to use the brother and sister term, no matter if you're black, white, pink, blue, green, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jew, whatever. And we have to unite together and say, we're not doing this anymore. And, I think that's where we have to go. So, but it's going to take it's going to be pretty brutal for a bit. But once that we get rid of these individuals, or they're unalived, that's the term everybody uses now, so I'm going to use it. Then that positive or good vibration will be allowed to be fostered and grown, in my opinion. So something's coming. I mean, I last couple of days, holy crap. Like yesterday, I was in a fog. I don't know what the heck was going on. I literally felt drained. Yep. And hey, fuck elf. There you go. See? Look, Len, fuck elf's here. Maybe you can hook him up with fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Or her up. What? You never know. It's a love connection. I think I know who this is. It's really strange because people are coming in and they're asking questions and stuff, but I can't respond to the people on Facebook. We do need a shift, but in order to have a shift, you have to go through a major event. So a major event is going to be very dirty, very bloody, very explosive, and a problem for everybody. That's it. The bottom line is people have to stand up and say, no, we're not doing this anymore. So I don't know. Oh, there you go. Here's a question for you. What kind of leather or tanned hide is your hat made out of? Elf likes real hats.
Oh, I couldn't tell you what kind of leather this is, but it is leather.
You know what? This opened me up, and I could have really commented here, and he would have just yelled at me. It's made from the foreskin of elves. No, I don't know what it's from.
How
It's
dare you?
probably most of those things are tan hide cow, right?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've had this hat for 20 years at least.
Yeah.
At least 20 years.
Another elf outing, yes.
Back when they still made things that were actually leather.
Yeah, instead of pleather, fake stuff from China. Yep. And then here we go. I'm just watching everything go down the way I wrote it. There you go.
Yes, there's Lorena. She's a buddy of mine too.
And it's really weird. So there's a lot of people in this chat right now that I would say are very gifted individuals, have the gift of foresight and seeing.
Definitely.
And I mean, I've seen some stuff. I did a remote view. I can't even find my stuff because
I don't know. I think basically the whole thing about this thing that's gone sideways. It was because some of my people, friends and stuff like that, were not aware of what was going on. And I wanted to make them aware simply so because they're capable. They are capable people that can deal with the situation, but it always helps when they know what to expect.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's better than being surprised with some, pardon the expression, while we're using shit fuckery. there's a lot of people that should be woken up to what's really taking place, and they're not waking up to it.
Well, the
Some
fact
people are
that
afraid, so they
you
look
know,
away. It's going to go away if I just look away from it, or I watch another.
anyone who works in authority basically can't be trusted anymore. You know,
I agree with you. Well,
you know,
there's
I've got people in TPD that are, you know, family, and it's like, okay, well, you know, I know that I can have a conversation with them, but I better not say too much.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. When can I get a timeline where one is rich and young again?
Friend me, Katie.
He can actually do things that you'd be surprised.
Friend me. Let me put it this way, Katie. I know you haven't read it, and it will be an audio here within like 5 or 6 days or something. But time slips, reality shifts, and aliens.
So
there's a reason for the subtitle.
Yeah.
So get a hold of me.
Yeah. His books, right? So knowing him for so many years, you know, we have private conversations, me, Al, and we all have private conversations, and he comes up with some stuff. And in the beginning, it's like, you know, whatever. And then the next, you know, they have the books come out, and he gives it, you know, Al a copy. I get a copy, and I'm reading it. It's like, you read it yet? And I'm like, it's, you know, it's thick. I don't, you know, I'm not reading that fast. And then I call Al, like, did you read the book? Did you read the book? It's his freaking autobiography. Read the goddamn book. I mean, the thing he does, and it's a great book. It is a great, great book. I don't know. That would be great. Rich and young again. What timeline is that?
Well, you know, you got to think, you got to ask yourself other questions. Do you want to go through that shit again?
Yeah, well,
do you really want to go through all that again? You can get rich and young, or I mean, you can get young again, but
I think
do you want to go through that bullshit you went through when you were young?
Yes, seriously. And especially think about it now. Think about what people are like now, which is way worse than it was when we were growing up. Like when you were growing up, think about it. You're like, oh no. Because there'd be people doxing you. Your shit would be on the internet. You'd be posted in 15 different places. Your life would be miserable. You know what? I mean, it would really, really suck. I like the idea Jennifer has out there, which is we need as many Reiki healers, spiritual teachers, and workers as possible right now.
Yes, we do, Jen. Get a hold of me here in the next couple of days, because I got to tell you what Robin said. Okay. And nobody else needs to know about who's this person, who's this other person. But
I'll put the censor button in.
Yeah. Yeah. After that gets taken care of, you know. So anyway.
But I think Jennifer's right though. It's really hard. I had this conversation the other day. My life was in a freaking mess. And I had somebody that came up to me and said, look, it's going to work out. It's going to be better. You got to remain positive, think positive.
Well,
when you're being shit hammered, or somebody you know is being, you know, it's hard to stay positive. But
you got to understand that things aren't positive and things aren't negative. Things are what they are. And that's the way it is constantly. It's where you want to take it to.
Right.
That makes the difference.
But there's a darker side you can go and keep feeding into it.
It's no, you're not getting no. We've had this conversation how many fucking times, Brian?
I know that
darkness is perception and light is perception. What is light to me is dark to somebody else, and what is dark to somebody else is light to me. Okay, it's all perception. You have to get past that, and we are heading into the age of Aquarius, and this means that spell work and all the candle magic and all this, that's being phased out. All that's being phased out, and the Reiki, well, they call it Reiki, and the spiritual teachers, and mind magic.
Mind
You
magic.
know, learning how to manipulate the energy work.
Right.
Um,
Well, that's so okay.
I'm having trouble fucking trying to bring my words into play here so I
That's
can
'cause you're
say it
older
in a way
you're older
that
than
shut the
fucking
fuck
dirt.
up here.
You're older than dirt. That's why. I'll wait for the just go
Yeah.
ahead, curse at me. But no, because we were in a one direction and we're kind of broaching it here and there because we're answering it with some of these questions. But it's mind magic. That's interesting. So since the
Well,
human
you have
body is
mind magic,
energy,
you
right?
have hand magic, you have energy work.
But
And the
isn't
first
an
part
old
is always starts with the energy because it use the thought creates reality. I'm not even I'm sounding like a fucking idiot right now. But
no.
thought creates reality. All right. So you manifest that reality into the physical.
Right.
Okay, that's the way things work now. The basic magic used to be the way that you did that, but enough people now are out there that can actually just think it done.
Right. I'll tell you that when well, I've kind of listen and watch and read about near death experiences. It's just interesting because I have certain visions of where that place is, the heaven, whatever you want to call it. I've seen it, I've experienced it, not dying, but I was taken there, and it's literally a golden based. It's like a city. Everything's glistening in
That
gold.
was your perception.
Exactly. I'm going to try to get there. Thanks, Dad. um, and so, but some people talk about the Crystal City. Everything's energy. So, and there's frequency, vibration, and other energy forms. When we say to stay positive, have your vibrations fluctuate positively, not flatline or dip, and then
What you want is you want to stand in truth.
right.
Truth meaning truth. I'm not talking about your truth, your truth, your truth. I'm talking about truth, like a truth.
Right.
Air is air. The sun is the sun. That's truth. You can call the sun the moon if you want to, but the sun is the sun.
We're not getting involved.
What if you in spirit
right?
were sleeping and this that you're in right now is the dream?
Jesus.
The Aborigines said that this world came from the dream time.
There are other people I'd like to have a conversation with and look at a dream than you, okay? Usually they're female. And don't take it the wrong way. If this is what my reality, I'm like, I gotta wake up right now. Someone wake my ass up right now. I know you're talking about the dream time because the native.
No, I'm talking about you as you, spirit. You are spirit. Okay.
Right.
All right. That's what you are. You're spirit. And you're sleeping. You are already with source. You never left source. You're sleeping, and this is the dream.
It's not a really good dream then.
It's what you make it.
Is it what you make, or is it a sold contract you sign?
And you didn't sign any fucking contract.
There's a lot of people that say you
did. I don't care what they say. You didn't sign any contract. You are connected to your higher self. Your higher self and you can have a conversation any fucking time that you want to have. Okay. Well, your higher self is directly connected to source. That's just what I told you. Your higher self is with source right now.
Right. So if my higher self is with source right now, I'm going to assume they're in a better position mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is they exist in. Or, I mean, detailing what I've been through in life, and I'm not here for the little violins. I don't give a shit about that. But I'm like, oh, my higher self's been smoking meth for the last bunch of decades because my life's not exactly what I, even remotely thought.
Oh man.
And it's big crazy. Yeah, I had a conversation with him many years ago when this stuff started really getting bad, and like it was the cusp of like, wow, this is gonna hit the fan. And he said to me, "You better make peace with your maker. You better make peace with your source." What happened to your dog?
That ain't a dog.
Is that a skunk, a rodent?
That's a raccoon.
That's a raccoon.
That's my raccoon.
Well, most people let them live, and they have hair.
Well, this one got hit.
Culling the herd. Yes, we are coloring the herd. Yes, we are. I mean, but that's see. I think there's a battle between light and dark, and regardless of your perception of light and dark, good and evil, whatever you want to call it, I think, yeah, and I think evil is doing its best to cull the herd.
There is no evil.
There is no evil.
There is no evil.
I beg to differ. There's evil in this world. There's a lot of evil in this world.
I'm fucking with you, man.
You keep going, but there's a lot of evil in this world. I see it on a daily basis since October 7th. And it's been really bad.
But I'm going to tell you what, the evil lies in the people. There ain't no entity that's evil. The evil lies in the people. The people make evil what it is.
Yeah, I mean they support it and they encourage it. There are hierarchies in the pyramid of evil. There has to be an ultimate evil asshole, right?
If you could put as much ass behind love, and I'll just separate this just for the sake of argument. If you can put as much ass behind love and caring as you do when you're fucking lividly pissed off, and all the things you can do with being lividly pissed off, if you can do the same thing with love, do you know how much you'd get accomplished?
Oh, tremendous amount. If you could put all that energy into love, this world would be an amazing place. That's my 2 cents. It would be incredible. It's been proven. And love via, positive thought, prayer.
If people actually fucking put out that kind of energy in masses that they would like to, then Joe Biden wouldn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't need him to exist. We wouldn't need we wouldn't need.
Well, I'm just saying because in my mind, Biden is evil. So if you could put out that kind of thing, then the rest wouldn't exist.
Right.
And
so,
but then you end up just like with 1 year with Source, and the part of you that falls out of perfect oneness and perfect love and perfect trust with Source, as soon as you have a thought that is anything else, is when you come back here.
Well, I mean,
if that fucking made any sense at all.
No, I get it, because you're not aligning. Because can we assume Source is that love, that positiveness?
Source is what Source is. Source is perfection.
But
Source is Source is nothing but perfect.
Right.
As soon as you fall out of perfection is when you come here.
And this is
because if you can't be with perfection and not be perfect, because if you were, you would make Source something other than what it is.
Right.
So you have to leave.
So
So even if with the thought of, oh, I want to go try this physical world again, that's enough to leave perfection.
Right. There are people that are telling, and make statements that they signed. I'm going to go with the whatever contract, come back here for 100 years and what have you.
There is no contract.
Okay, but for them, they feel there is. I'm not going to
There's no
deny what they're
contract.
believing.
It's something that people made up. There's no fucking contract.
So what I see in this world,
You might have contracts with your best friends. I
right?
can see,
Oh, we'll
I
meet
can
up.
see that. I'm not going
Right.
to dismiss that, but there's no contract about that
Being
shit.
evil. Well, I mean, what I've seen so far in this world, and you get this, why are so many elites building bunkers? They know a lot more than you do. They have the ability to know it. They know something's coming or planned. And they're
The
building
elites,
bunkers.
they're not bunkers, they're fucking mansions that are underground. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, Zucker fuckers built some big thing or whatever.
I mean, think about it. When you're the richest motherfucker in the world, you can build as big of a complex as you want, as far underground as you want it. Why are you going to get a 12 by 16 by 32 foot thing for a bunker when you
Right.
can afford to stick 5 houses underneath ground and connect them by tunnels?
Right, but the whole point is they're doing this kind of like what happened in Hawaii, which
Yep.
I believe was a direct energy weapon.
Yeah, I believe that was energy weapon.
And I believe it was tuned to a specific frequency, and that's why the blue stuff legitimately didn't go. I've worked with some beginning lasers in science classes, and before they could do it, if you were aware, you could tune in a laser
that way. Did you see that? They burn up turkey that way.
Yeah, they did. And they're able to tune in or out all the frequencies or select ones. So if they tune those out, then those are safe. And they go whoop, and they go down. And there's more videos now where you see a green beam coming from space and cutting across things just prior to like wildfires or an event.
Yeah,
so,
but as soon as people get comfortable with, oh, I got to paint my house blue, they're going to change that frequency. So
of
that
course.
blue house isn't going to make
Change
a
it to
fucking
yellow.
lick of difference.
Yep. They'll change it to yellow or whatever. The point is, there are people there, and I believe there's a lot of satanic activity. They are trying to do black magic and spell work, and they're worshiping one side versus the other. And yeah, one person's Satan is another person's heaven, whatever. But this is why something interesting. Somebody pointed out, if you watch the Super Bowl, they showed you.
No,
there
I
was a
didn't watch
scene-
anything about it.
It's not a problem. I didn't expect you to, but there was a scene where everybody was on Taylor Swift. Every time there was commercial, Taylor Swift, who cares? She was doing something. She was taking a drink, and they caught the other person, her name's Ice Spice there, and she started doing some weird shit with her, like she's doing spell work. I mean, it was really bizarre. But then again, being, if you're a sports person, there's a woman that, if you watch the Yankees or the Mets, she stands at, sits behind home plate, does this all the time. It could just be what they feel works for them to, to produce that outcome.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna say anything because there's something to it, but I'm not gonna say what that is.
You got a rumple foreskin joke here. Nice. There we go. So I believe that if you change if you remain positive, you think positive, you do good, you lean more on that, focus on.
You can't just think it. You have to do it. You have to. It's like
you understand that
sitting in my house and I'm going to be positive today, and I'm going to think about cleaning my house. Well, you don't have to think about it. You just got to get off your fucking ass and clean your house. You just got to do it.
that's I put that stuff into practice on a daily basis now. I've changed my attitude with things. You know, there was around the corner from my house. We had this. There was this Korean family that purchased like a really small supermarket in the Bronx, and it was a bodega. And they were very born again, and in the Korean church, and but you know they're doing all this English stuff, Christianity, and it was Good Friday. This was a couple of years ago. And the guy behind the counter is like, "Happy Good Friday," and this one guy goes, "Oh yeah, what's so fucking good about it?" And walks out after getting his stuff, and I'm like, "Wow, that guy's having a bad day." But you know, I'm doing positive, you know, trying to, you know, if you want to make your day better as well as another person's day better, someone go, "Hey, I love that hat. Where'd you get that?" Because you take the focus off of you and you put it on somebody, and you know, give that positiveness to them. That lifts their spirit, and once you have one spirit lifted and vibrating higher, yours can vibrate higher. That's why I'm saying go positive, think positive, then do positive, and you vibrate higher.
Well, when you consider that everybody is you and you are everybody else, then you are just simply, you know, helping yourself.
Right. But how does this you know, help us with what's coming up in the world? How does it help?
How does it help? It helps you to deal with it. It helps you to gain control over it.
By the way,
It
thank
helps
you,
you
Mark.
to make it work the way that you want it to work.
You know, is that manifestation?
That's what you would call it.
So that whole like, yeah, you know, everybody's read The Secret and saw The Secret, and if you know, you put up your little wish wall, right? Got a gifts in here, you got this, you know, money, whatever. It's gonna happen. I mean,
It
I guess
depends.
everybody uses manifestation to a certain degree. I don't. I mean, I try to manifest lottery numbers. The only time I fantasize about shit is with the lottery.
There's a very easy way to win the lottery. So, you know,
we'll spit that shit out already.
No.
Come on. Everybody pay attention. He's going to give you Friday's Powerball numbers.
I'm not going to give anybody anything.
Yeah, you are. Just send him 10%. That's 90%.
Well, yeah, I could tell you because somebody already put it out there. You know, so but you have to be able to shift into the correct reality that you want to get into. Basically, whatever number pops out of that fucking machine, when you grab that ticket, you need to be able to put yourself into the reality where that ticket is the winning number. But you also have to be able to deal with the fact that in that reality, it might be a really shit reality for you. You walk into a reality that you might be a wanted man in that reality. So you won the lottery, but you're going to prison anyway. You see what I'm saying? You need to be able to accept what the fuck's taking place.
Sucks, dude. Don't write for Hallmark.
There's always a catch.
And bad news. The good news is you won $198 million. The bad news is your ass is going to county. You know.
Well, the bad news is you got to give me you got to give your lawyer $187 million of that money so that you don't go to jail like the Simpsons did. O.J. Simpson. Yeah. I can't talk with the shit tonight for some reason.
Don't fit. You got to quit.
Yeah.
Don't fit. You got to quit. Oh, here we go. There you go. Every time you put the finger up, I'm going to fart for you.
You do that.
You're welcome.
It's not very sexy.
So yeah, so I like when Katie was saying, "Is you mean the power of manifestation?" And I guess that's what you're pretty much talking about.
No, I don't mean the power of manifestation. I mean reality, jumping from reality to it's called time. reality slipping, jumping, reality
So you
jumping,
reality slip in and
time
out.
slip, reality shifts. You know, I mean, you jump from one reality. If you don't understand what that is, I don't know what to tell you.
So you jump from this reality into the reality that you won the lottery. But how do you get back to this reality?
You don't.
Do you ever get back to this reality?
You don't. You stay in that reality because your money that you wanted that money, you wanted that $10 million so badly
than
that
something
you
else.
shifted into that reality so that you could have that $10 million. That $10 million just became your God, dude. Your life has just changed and your fucking world revolves around your money. You ain't never coming back to this reality.
Well, I mean, I play the Powerball and the Mega Millions in states all the time. When it gets a certain point, there's a gentleman who I'm not going to mention his name because I'll just start laughing, and Katie knows who he is. He says that the lottery is all rigged, which I do believe, and it's rigged so the CIA and all these other agencies can pay off these people to keep them quiet or hush money.
I think there's something to that.
Yeah,
I don't
do
buy
too.
it. I don't buy.
I'm not buying the whole
100% rigged,
Right.
but I do buy the fact that when you have a lottery winner every fucking year, at least one time in California, of millions of dollars,
Right.
that it's fucking rigged.
It is rigged, and I'm not calling everything, whatever.
I'm calling bullshit.
I'm not doing an Alice Henry calling bullshit, but I do believe a large majority of it is, it's rigged, for the most part. But I always told everybody around me, like, my youngest daughter came up a bunch of years back when the lottery went over $1 billion. It was one of those, you have to get up early, get my oldest to, like, whatever, first grade, kindergarten, whatever the hell it was. My youngest comes out and goes, Daddy, the lottery is over $1 billion. You can buy that house you want. And I look right back at her and go, and you can come visit me. And she's like, Dad. I would never tell anybody, to be brutally honest, that I won the lottery at all. Because if you want to talk about pure evil in this world, everything revolves around money. And what's taking place right now between the Z's and the H's in the Middle East, it's all about money. And it's more money and power and money.
So anyway,
and there are innocent people on the sidelines getting murdered because there's some selfish bastards out there. But we got to be very careful about that.
Do you think we're going to go into a civil war or what?
I've always felt that we're not going to have the election in 2024.
Nope, we're not going to have an election in 2024.
But even if we do, I think the 2024 election will be rigged. And once that happens, this country will no longer be the United States.
Well, I told you what I think. I don't think there's going to be an election. And if there is an election, I think it's going to be Michelle Obama who fucking jumps in and fucking
no.
gets it. Can I say fucking more than that in a sentence? Okay.
You want to know why? Yes, you can say more than that in a sentence. I can tell you straight up that one of the big things with Trump right now, he polls higher in Black America and other groups than any one of the Democrats, including the Obamas.
It doesn't matter, and you know it doesn't matter. If they want Michelle Obama to be president, she's going to be president. It's already fucking rigged. Fucking voting is bullshit.
Right. So we're getting back to Katie. So do you believe that we are meant to learn spiritual lessons when we reincarnate? We'll get to that in 2 seconds. The first gay president of the United States of America was Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Few people know that, but he was the first gay president. I don't think America would have had a problem with him being gay, but I think the deception along the line and how he fundamentally changed America for the worse and screwed his own community of Black community is not going to sit well with anybody. But let's go back to the are we meant to learn spiritual lessons when we reincarnate? Well, let's go, Tiny Tim.
Let's go, Tiny. You just want my opinions because that's all it's going to be with reincarnation. I think.
Yeah. Well,
I think they used to. I think they used to say that you got reincarnated every 1,000 years or 500 years or whatever the fuck. I think you could die tomorrow and come back in a week. The way things are. The way things are. Right? I think, as far as I'm concerned, you can come back the day after you die. As far as I'm concerned, that's just what I think. Do I have a way to prove this? I have no way to prove it. But do you have a way to prove that that you don't reincarnate, but every couple hundred years? You can't prove that one to me either. So it's just conjecture. But I do believe we reincarnate. Yes, I do.
But if there's certain people here that can have the gift of seeing, they may have seen certain things or experienced certain things. And I think what happens when you die, you go depending on what kind of a bastard you are, you go to a life review and you get to a certain level. And they said, well, these are the mistakes you made. This is what you did good. This is what you did bad. This is where you need to work on. You could choose to try to work on it here, but it's going to take forever. It's not going to be perfect. And it's not the greatest place to be. It's part of the heavenal, area. But the higher you go on the pyramid, the better off you are. Or you can choose door number 2, come back, learn your lesson, reincarnate, and then correct your mistakes. And I think when people reincarnate, they go for another round to make themselves better.
Dude, we all go to the same place. There is no correcting any mistakes. When we leave here, we all go to the same place. We all go to source. I don't care if you're fucking Hitler. We all go to the same place. We go back to source. You don't want to hear that. You really don't want to hear it. I know you don't. Nobody wants to hear that, but that's what the truth is. Reincarnation is because you want to experience the physical world again. That's what it is.
Physical world, huh?
That's what it is.
I think
it's not just this world. You could live here one carnation and go to some world 10,000 light years from here the next time you reincarnate, and then you can come back here again after you're dead there. It's because this is nothing but a dream, all of it. My opinion, I guess, is what people are going to say, but
you're entitled to your opinion, even if you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong.
But no, I hear what you're saying, but I do think there is something after the meat suit. I do think there's something after the meat suit, and you have an option. You want to reincarnate. But I'll tell you, I don't know. Given the last 20 years, I mean, I'd miss my daughters because that was, that's really lovely until they got older and they were not. But I don't think I would want to reincarnate. And I'll tell you another thing, because I was, and I'm not going to get into the love thing or whatever, but I do believe that if you're with, you're a couple and then you reincarnate, you come back to, and you play a stupid game. Let's try to find each other again. And you play the game and it sucks. And then you get together and then you go back there. Let's try to find it. Like, no, fucking no. We're not doing this again because too many people get hurt. Too many people get screwed. I don't want to play the game anymore. Let's just spend it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you get to redo it over.
Really?
The life that you just fucking died from. Sometimes you get to redo it. And
your kids will come back as a woman.
Okay, that would suck. not coming back as a woman. Fuck.
But what and your attitude.
Women have all the power these days. Why wouldn't you want to come back as a woman?
Because there's too much women, children trafficking going on. They're a commodity in the world. And
here you go. You just got to fucking throw a fucking monkey wrench in it, don't you?
Well, I'm just telling you the truth. That's why. Okay, so that leads to her next question. Do you believe in fate and a destined future?
I think you make your own fate.
That's your opinion that you make your own fate.
Well, that is my opinion, but she asked what you believe, and I said what I
Sure.
thought. So, fuck off, Brian.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Actually, we're getting. I mean, we're almost on 2 hours, but
Yeah, no doubt, man. What the hell?
I
haven't done 2-hour shows in 5 years or more.
I know that. That's all you got for me. I really wish I had the recording of that. That's all you got for me. Yeah. What do you want from me? You want blood? Fate or destiny in the future? I'm not going to answer this for a bunch of different reasons right now, but I think most people go through life like this with blinders on, and whatever they see here. And then I think there are people that go through life and they see things, and I think you have to go through life, and at certain points, depending if you get through certain areas, things will be revealed to you. And there is a destiny involved in certain aspects of it. And, is fate and destiny the same thing, though? That's a good question right there. Do you think fate and destiny are the same? Because destiny could be your fate or fate could be your destiny.
I think destiny's better looking.
Yeah. Jenner looks like Bruce Jenner in high heels. Caitlyn Jenner just, brought charges against Bruce Jenner for sexual harassment years ago. What the hell was this? Oh, Psychic Elf, you're good. I'm gonna have to get some wrenches in this fucking chat. Yeah, I think there are a couple of people that see dead people too. I live in Florida. There's tons of dead people.
A lot of these people in his chat tonight don't know I live in a haunted house. For real. So I see dead people all the time. There's always one, especially it loves to stay in the hallway when I'm watching TV, and the hall light will be off and these room lights will be off, and it'll just peek around the fucking corner.
Does he expose himself to you?
No. I got a woman that lives in the garage. She doesn't want to leave the garage for some reason.
Really? That's crazy. She lives in the garage, but she doesn't want to.
She doesn't want to leave the garage. She stays in the garage all the time. If you've ever seen Ghosts, the TV show Ghosts, she reminds me of the character Hetty. The older woman that owned the house first.
Well, my grandfather died in his house and he came back and I've seen him a couple of times. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, I would say. But ghosts. I don't want to see ghosts right now. But I will open a file just for you. See if we can.
Whatever.
You can't open hex files. That's the problem. This is the problem with everything.
What are you rambling on about?
The dot what am I rambling on about? Here, this is your future president coming that's going to be running. So I'll share the screen for everybody. There you go.
Oh, I saw that on Facebook earlier today.
That's Big Mike. That's Big Mike. I have a message from my angel. No, I'm good. I don't need a message from my. These things just pop up on your screen. You're like, what the hell is that? No, I was trying to open up .heic file, and it just wasn't coming up. See dead people. I see dead people too. You see people. There you go, Len.
Oh, dude.
You see dead people every time there's a press conference from the White House. They just everybody, all those people, even in the audience, the press people. There's no life to these people. It's like, I hate the term we're watching a movie, because it does sometimes feel like a movie, but they're real people dying, and that's a huge problem, you know. And I don't want to watch this movie anymore. I don't want people to die anymore. Maybe I've changed, you know. So here's another one for you. Well, no comment from you. I thought it was funny. Did it come up on your screen?
Yeah, I came up on my screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Fucking lame. But
well, look, it's late. I'll let
dude,
you go to bed.
yeah, well,
Is Matlock coming on? That's why Al never comes out anymore.
no, it's fucking past my bedtime. I'm old. No.
I want to thank everybody.
Yeah, man. Thanks everybody. I'm very happy that a couple people showed up and everybody else showed up and all that. And get a hold of me, friend me or something, people.
Yeah,
if you
Paul Eisen.
want to.
How come your name's not up there? Let's do it this way. Where's your name?
I don't know why my name's not up there.
Your name should have been up there.
I had it there, but it didn't come in. I don't know.
It says display name. I don't know why it doesn't. Oh, minimal. And then we'll go back to chat stuff. But I appreciate you coming on. We were just thinking about it, and I happened to get a break to be able to do this. So it's great. And there it is.
PAUIESON.
Leave off the last S for savings.
Fuck off. Okay.
Thank you, Len. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Jennifer.
Appreciate it that you showed up.
Train,
Let me run my mouth.
Buck Elf, Katie Turner, and oh my God, I can't even pronounce her name. Sorry.
Azarena and Jennifer.
Azarena.
If you're still here,
Jennifer,
she probably got bored.
Yeah, everybody. People will stop in. Mark Eddy, who's naked right now, who says he's naked right now watching it. We just try to do this world's messed up. And I still say, stay positive, think positive. You want to pray, pray. This guy's not going to do it, but whatever. We're out. Say good night. I'm going to end this.
Okay. See you.
I'm going to end it. See, yeah, that's his favorite one. See you, bye. I'm ending my stream.